Did you know that over 35% of candidates fail the ISTQB foundation level exam on their first try? Because they focus on theory instead of the actual question logic? Today, we are breaking that cycle. In this video, we will cover ISTQB foundation level CTFL 4.0 practice questions and detailed explanations. Prepare for your ISTQB Certified Tester Foundation Level, CTFL 4. In this video, we're going through 30 comprehensive practice questions for the ISTQB CTFL 4.0 syllabus. We'll cover everything from testing fundamentals and SDLC to test techniques and management, ensuring you understand the why behind every correct answer. Before we dive in, make sure to grab a notepad. If you find these questions helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more certification prep. Which of the following statements best describes the difference between testing and debugging? Option A. Testing identifies the cause of defects, while debugging removes the failure. Option B. Testing shows failures caused by defects, while debugging finds, analyzes, and removes the causes of failures. Option C. Testing removes the defect, while debugging identifies the symptoms of the failure. Option D. Dynamic testing prevents the causes of failures, while debugging reveals the failures. The correct answer is B. According to the ISTQB CTFL 4.0 syllabus, testing and debugging are distinct activities. Testing is the process of executing a component or system to find failures. Dynamic testing, or examining work products to find defects. Static testing. Debugging is the development activity that identifies the cause of a failure, analyzes it, and eliminates it. Option B correctly identifies that testing reveals the failure, whereas debugging is the follow-up process to fix the underlying defect. A product owner claims that since the team is high-performing, they should aim for 0 defects in the next release. Which testing principle contradicts this expectation? Option A. Pesticide paradox. Option B. Testing shows the presence of defects, not their absence. Option C. Absence of errors fallacy. Option D. Early testing saves time and money. The correct answer is B. The first principle of testing states that testing shows the presence of defects, not their absence. Testing can prove that defects exist, but even with the most rigorous testing, it is impossible to prove that there are absolutely no defects left in the software. Therefore, aiming for 0 defects as a proof of quality is logically impossible through testing alone. In a DevOps environment, what is the primary benefit of the shift-left approach? Option A. It allows testers to start work only after the code is fully integrated. Option B. It focuses on performing all testing activities at the end of the development cycle. Option C. It emphasizes starting testing activities as early as possible in the lifecycle to find defects sooner. Option D. It shifts the responsibility of testing entirely to the operations team. The correct answer is C. Shift left is a core concept in modern SDLCs. Like DevOps and Agile, it means starting testing activities earlier in the development process, moving them left on the project timeline. This helps in identifying defects earlier when they are cheaper and easier to fix, and it improves overall communication between developers and testers. Which of the following is an example of a defect that is typically found during static testing, rather than dynamic testing? Option A. A variable that is defined but never used in the code. Option B. A system crash when entering a specific date format. Option C. Slow response times under high user load. Option D. A calculation error in the final invoice amount. The correct answer is A. Static testing involves examining work products, like code, requirements, or designs, without executing them. An unused variable, dead code, or a violation of coding standards is easily found through static analysis or reviews. In contrast, system crashes, slow performance, and calculation errors, B, C, and D, are failures that typically only manifest when the code is actually running. Dynamic testing. You are testing a login field that accepts a password between 6 and 12 characters inclusive. Using boundary value analysis, BVA. What are the correct test values for the length of the password? Option A, 5, 6, 12, 13. Option B, 6, 7, 11, 12. Option C, 0, 6, 12, 20. Option D, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13. The correct answer is A. Boundary value analysis, BVA, focuses on the edges of input ranges. For a range of 6, 12, the boundaries are 6, minimum, and 12, maximum. Standard BVA typically tests the boundary value and the values immediately outside the boundary. Therefore, we test 6, min, 5, just below min, 12, max, and 13, just above max. This makes option A the correct choice. Which of the following best describes the difference between entry criteria and exit criteria? Option A. Entry criteria define when to stop testing. Exit criteria define when to start. Option B. Entry criteria define the conditions to begin a test activity. Exit criteria define the conditions to complete it. Option C. Entry criteria are for unit testing. Exit criteria are for UAT only. Option D. Entry criteria focus on tool availability. Exit criteria focus on defect density. The correct answer is B. Entry criteria define the preconditions required to start a specific testing phase or activity. E.g., test environment ready, test data available. Exit criteria, or definition of done, in Agile, define the requirements that must be met to consider a testing activity or phase officially finished. E.g., all high-priority defects closed. 100% test case execution. What is a potential risk of using test automation tools? Option A. Increased consistency of test execution. Option B. Reduction in the amount of repetitive manual work. Option C. Unrealistic expectations of what the tool can achieve. Option D. Better reporting of test results. The correct answer is C. While automation has many benefits, A, B, and D, a major risk is having unrealistic expectations. Teams often expect automation to find all bugs, or to be a silver bullet that requires no maintenance. In reality, automation requires significant effort for script development, maintenance, and tool configuration. Which of the following is a typical test objective? Option A. To prove that the software has no more defects. Option B. To ensure that all stakeholders are satisfied with the project budget. Option C. To build confidence in the level of quality of the test object. Option D. To replace the need for a user manual. The correct answer is C. Typical objectives of testing include evaluating work products, verifying requirements, validating the test object, preventing defects, and building confidence in the level of quality. Testing cannot prove the absence of defects. Principle 1. So option A is incorrect. Options B and D are not testing objectives. What is the main focus of regression testing? Option A. To verify that a previously found defect has been successfully fixed. Option B. To detect defects that have been introduced or uncovered in unchanged areas of the software. Option C. To ensure the system meets its performance requirements under stress. Option D. To test the system from the user's perspective during the final phase. The correct answer is B. Regression testing is performed when changes are made to the software, like bug fixes or new features, to ensure that these changes haven't negatively impacted existing, unchanged functionality. Option A refers to confirmation testing or retesting. Option C is performance testing, and D is user acceptance testing. In a formal review process, who is responsible for documenting all the issues, problems, and open points identified during the meeting? Option A. The author. Option B. The moderator, facilitator. Option C. The scribe, recorder. Option D. The manager. The correct answer is C. In an ISTQB formal review, roles are clearly defined. The scribe, or recorder, is the person who documents the findings and issues raised during the review meeting. The moderator leads the meeting, and the author is the person who created the work product being reviewed. Which test technique is based on the internal structure of the software, such as the code or the architecture? Option A. Black box techniques. Option B. White box techniques. Option C. Experience-based techniques. Option D. Checklist-based testing. The correct answer is B. White box techniques, also called structural or glass box techniques, use the internal structure of the system, like code, control flow, or data flow, to derive test cases. Black box techniques. A. Focus on inputs and outputs based on specifications, while experience-based techniques. C. Rely on the tester's knowledge. Which document is used to coordinate testing activities between different teams and to define the overall testing goals for a project? Option A. Test case specification. Option B. Test plan. Option C. Defect report. Option D. Test execution schedule. The correct answer is B. A test plan is a high-level document that describes the scope, approach, resources, and schedule of intended testing activities. It identifies test items, the features to be tested, the testing tasks, and who will do each task. It serves as the primary coordination document. Which of the following is a quality of a good tester? Option A. The ability to avoid conflict by not reporting minor defects. Option B. A curious and professional skepticism towards the software. Option C. A belief that developers always write perfect code. Option D. The ability to write code faster than the development team. The correct answer is B. Effective testers need a testing mindset, which includes curiosity, professional pessimism, a critical eye, and attention to detail. Reporting defects shouldn't be about conflict, but about providing information to improve quality. A tester should not assume code is perfect. C. Or necessarily be a faster coder. D. Which test level focuses on the behavior of a whole system or product as defined by the scope of a project? Option A. Component testing. Option B. Integration testing. Option C. System testing. Option D. Acceptance testing. The correct answer is C. System testing is the level that tests the integrated system to verify that it meets specified requirements. It looks at the end-to-end behavior of the product. Component testing. A. Focuses on individual modules. Integration. B. Focuses on interfaces. And acceptance. D. Focuses on user needs, business requirements. Which technique divides the input domain into groups where all members are expected to be processed in the same way? Option A. Decision table testing. Option B. State transition testing. Option C. Equivalence partitioning. Option D. Statement testing. The correct answer is C. Equivalence partitioning. EP is a black box technique that divides data into partitions, classes. The assumption is that if one value in a partition works, all others in that same partition will also work or fail. This reduces the number of test cases needed while maintaining coverage. In a defect report, what is severity? Option A. The importance assigned by the business to fixing the defect. Option B. The degree of impact the defect has on the operation of the system. Option C. The order in which the developers should address the defect. Option D. The difficulty of fixing the defect code. The correct answer is B. Severity describes the technical impact of a defect on the system. E.g., does it crash the system or is it just a typo? Priority. A and C. Describes how quickly the business needs the fix. A high-severity bug, crash, might have low priority if it only happens in a feature no one uses. Which of the following is not part of the ISTQB fundamental test process? Option A. Test planning. Option B. Test design. Option C. Project budgeting. Option D. Test completion. The correct answer is C. The fundamental test process consists of test planning, test monitoring and control, test analysis, test design, test implementation, test execution, and test completion. Project budgeting is a project management activity, not a core part of the test process itself. What is maintenance testing? Option A. Testing performed on a system that is already in production to assess the impact of changes. Option B. Testing performed by the IT support team to check server health. Option C. Testing the build scripts in a C/CD pipeline. Option D. Testing new features before they are integrated into the main branch. The correct answer is A. Maintenance testing is triggered by changes, fixes, updates, migration to new platforms, or a retirement of a system. It ensures that the system still functions correctly after these modifications and often involves regression testing to check for side effects. Which review type is characterized by being informal, often involving just two people, like a buddy check, and requiring no formal preparation? Option A, inspection. Option B, walkthrough. Option C, technical review. Option D, informal review. The correct answer is D. An informal review does not follow a documented process, has no formal meeting, and doesn't require prep. It is a quick way to get feedback. In contrast, inspections A are the most formal, while walkthroughs B and technical reviews C have more structure than informal ones. You are testing a system with a complex set of business rules. Which technique is most effective for ensuring all combinations of conditions are covered? Option A, boundary value analysis. Option B, decision table testing. Option C, state transition testing. Option D, use case testing. The correct answer is B. Decision tables are ideal for testing systems with complex logical rules where different combinations of inputs, conditions, result in different actions. It ensures you don't miss a specific combination of triggers. Which of the following is an example of a product risk? Option A, lack of skilled testers in the team. Option B, delay in delivery of the test environment. Option C, the software calculations are incorrect for certain tax brackets. Option D, poor communication between developers and stakeholders. The correct answer is C. Product risk relates to the quality of the software itself, e.g., potential for defects, performance issues, usability problems. Project risk A, B, and D relates to the management and execution of the project, resources, environment, communication. Which type of tool is used to manage and track the status of defects from discovery to resolution? Option A, configuration management tool. Option B, incident management tool. Option C, static analysis tool. Option D, performance testing tool. The correct answer is B. Incident management tools, often called bug trackers like Jira or Bugzilla, are used to record, track, and manage the lifecycle of defects or incidents found during testing. When should testing activities start in a project? Option A, immediately after the code is compiled. Option B, only when the user documentation is finished. Option C, as soon as requirements or other work products are available. Option D, after the first customer demo. The correct answer is C. Early testing. Principle 3 states that testing should start as early as possible in the SDLC. This means performing static testing, reviews on requirements, design documents, and user stories even before code exists. In an Agile project, what does the term whole team approach imply for testing? Option A, everyone on the team, including developers and POS, is responsible for quality. Option B, testers are solely responsible for all quality-related tasks. Option C, testing is only done by the users during the sprint review. Option D, developers stop coding and only test during the last 2 days of the sprint. The correct answer is A. The whole team approach in Agile and CTFL 4.0 means that quality is a shared responsibility, while testers bring specialized skills. Developers, business analysts, and product owners all contribute to ensuring the product meets quality standards throughout the sprint. Which technique is most appropriate for testing a sequence of screens where the current screen depends on the previous action taken? Option A. Equivalence partitioning. Option B. Boundary value analysis. Option C. State transition testing. Option D. Statement coverage. The correct answer is C. State transition testing is used when the system's behavior depends on its current state and past history. The transitions between states. This is typical for UI workflows, ATM transactions, or embedded systems. Which of the following is a benefit of independent testing? Option A. Independent testers are faster at fixing code defects. Option B. Independent testers have a different perspective and can find different defects than the developers. Option C. It removes the need for developers to perform unit testing. Option D. It ensures that the project will always be finished on time. The correct answer is B. The primary benefit of independence is that different developers often have a confirmation bias. They expect their code to work. Independent testers from a different team or organization are more likely to find defects because they approach the system with fewer assumptions. What is the primary purpose of a walkthrough? Option A. To perform a detailed audit of the code for compliance. Option B. To find defects, gain understanding, and build consensus. Option C. To evaluate the performance of the developers. Option D. To formally sign off on the project budget. The correct answer is B. A walkthrough is a peer review where the author walks through the document to explain it to others. The goals are to find defects, improve the document, and ensure everyone on the team understands the content. A tester uses their intuition and knowledge of common errors to design test cases. Which technique are they using? Option A. Decision table testing. Option B. Statement testing. Option C. Error guessing. Option D. Boundary value analysis. The correct answer is C. Error guessing is an experience-based technique where the tester uses their knowledge of past projects and common developer mistakes to guess where bugs might be hiding. It is often used to supplement formal techniques. What is test monitoring? Option A. Changing the test plan because the project is delayed. Option B. The ongoing activity of comparing actual progress against the test plan. Option C. The act of running test cases in the environment. Option D. Writing the final test summary report. The correct answer is B. Test monitoring involves the continuous gathering of metrics, like test case execution status or defect counts, to see if testing is on track. Test control, A, is the activity of taking action based on that monitoring to get the project back on track. What is data-driven testing? Option A. Testing that only uses database queries. Option B. A test automation approach where test inputs and expected results are stored in a separate file, like a spreadsheet. Option C. A manual testing technique that focuses on big data. Option D. Testing performed by data scientists. The correct answer is B. Data-driven testing is an automation technique where the script remains the same, but it runs multiple times using different datasets, inputs and expected results, loaded from an external file. This makes it easy to test many scenarios without writing multiple scripts. That's it for our 30-question ISTQB CTFL 4.0 mock exam. How many did you get right? Let us know your score in the comments below. If you want to pass on your first attempt, consistency is key. Subscribe to this channel for more deep dives into specific test techniques like boundary value analysis and state transitions. For a complete set of over 500 practice questions and full-length mock exams, check out the top-rated Udemy course link in the description below.